what the degrees mean in your natal chart? Well, stay tuned because see, degrees are an important part of astrology and they can be very confusing for beginners. And so, in this video, I'm going to explain what degrees are and how they can be used to interpret your natal chart in a way that is very easy to understand. And so, if you are new to me, to the channel, to any of my content in social media land, my name is Kkatrice and I am the Natal Chart Navigator, and I educate open minded, ambitious, professional women on how to align with their natal charts for self improvement and prosperity. Okay. And so let me go ahead and grab this here. If you have not, um, okay, if you have not grabbed your free framework ebook, then you can go to the link here. It is on the screen and you can get that, and it is absolutely free. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into this. I know it's a little late tonight. Um, so I don't want to keep you long. Okay. There we go. All right. All right. So first off, what are degrees in astrology? When you talk about degrees, what are the degrees? Okay. So the degrees are the divisions of a sign that range from 0 to 30 degrees. Okay. And there's also the minutes and the seconds. It shows the minutes and the seconds of a planet's position in that particular zodiac sign. Now, each degree on its own has its own unique meaning, which can be used to add depth and nuance to your astrological interpretations. Okay. And so the reason I wanted to talk about degrees here is because when you are looking at your natal chart, um, degrees are rarely mentioned. Okay. But the degrees play a significant part in the chart interpretation. Okay. And so a little later on in the show, I'm going to pull up a chart and I'm going to talk about the degrees. The degrees, and you may have heard of the decans. Okay. And so we're going to go a little in depth. Now, um, this is a little advanced. Okay. It's an advanced level, but you have to understand when you're looking at your chart, you definitely need to understand what the heck those numbers mean when you are looking at your chart. Okay. Now, there are three main types of degrees in astrology. Okay. So that's your cardinal degrees, your fixed degrees, and your mutable degrees. Okay. Now, cardinal degrees are associated with beginnings and new beginnings, new starts to things. Okay. Because the cardinal energy is the energy that is starts off a season. So that would be Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. Okay, those are um, those are the cardinal degrees. Okay, now the fixed degrees, which is Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio, those degrees are associated with the strength, with stability and strength. Okay, and then the mutable degrees, which in the season, those are Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Okay. And so the mutable degrees are associated with change and flexibility. Because think about it, whenever the season is getting ready to end. Okay. So the next mutable season we're coming up to is going to be Virgo. Okay. What happens in Virgo? Virgo energy is a very or is organizational. It's very organized energy. It's a very efficient energy. It's all about the details. And so, it ends summer. So we're wrapping up summer um, and getting ready to go into fall. right? Which would be Libra season. Okay. Now, the meaning of a degree can also be influenced by the sign that it is in. So, for example, 10 degrees Leo is a lot more likely to be outgoing and confident than 10 degrees Aquarius. Okay. And so, now how do degrees affect your natal chart? Okay. Now, degrees add a layer of nuance and detail to your chart interpretation. And when I pull up the chart um, to show you, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, they can help you to understand specific strengths and challenges of your planets or, um, within the house. And the degrees of your planets can have a significant impact on your personality, your life experiences, and it really does make a difference in your chart reading. Okay. So, an example, if you have a planet at 10 degrees Aries, that planet will be more assertive and outgoing than a planet at 20 degrees Aries. And I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Um, if you something new that I just started doing this past Friday was sending out astro energy updates via email, which is something that I have been wanting to do for quite a while. But I decided, now's the time to do it. So I sent it out on Friday. If you would like to get astro energy updates. And basically what those are is I go in and I tell you what energies that are going to be going on astrologically upcoming week so that you can you know adjust accordingly to the energy shifts. And so the quickest way and easiest way to get um access to that is to grab my once you get the framework, then that will put you on the list for the on the email list so that you can get those updates. Okay. So you can go to the link on the screen to get those updates. Okay. So this is my screen. Let me see. If you can see it, just put and if you're watching live, comment live. And if you are watching on the replay, comment replay. All right. So here we go. All right. So this here is this. Okay. This is the minutes and this is the seconds. Okay. So in this chart, the ascendant, now the ascendant is the sign that was rising on the horizon at the time, place, and date of your birth. Okay. And so in this chart, the ascendant was in Leo. That is the sign that was rising. And it was rising at 17 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay. That's the degree. Now, the degrees go from 0 here, okay, all the way to here. This is 10, okay? So from 0 to 10, this is would be Leo. And it's like, so if my ascendant was here, okay, it would be like Leo. It would be the most purest expression of the sign, okay? Now, this descendant ascendant here, okay, you heard me say mine because this is my chart. Um, I use it for teaching purposes. Okay, so you see here the ascendant, it is in the second decan, okay, and this is what's called the decan. Deacon, Deccan, it's however you want to pronounce it. Okay. This is the first one. First one is always the sign that rules, is the planet that rules the sign. So you see how this is Cancer. First decan is the moon, which actually rules Cancer. This one here is Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini, Venus, Taurus, Mars, Aries, Neptune, Pluto, and so on. Okay. So here, um, second, the second from 11 to 20, okay, because that's what this is. It is ruled by the signs, the planet that's in the next sign in the element, okay? So you see the sun rules Leo, so that's the first one. Sagittarius is the next sign in the element of fire, okay? Because Leo, Sagittarius, Aries is fire energy. That's why they're red. Okay. So this here, my ascendant is in Leo, but it has a Sagittarius flair to it. Okay. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So it has that Jupiter influence to it. Okay. And then you have the last decan is the Aries decan of Leo. Okay. And so if my ascendant would have been here in this decan, then it would have had more of a Mars flavor to it. Okay. Looking at your placements, like this is Venus here and it's in the sign of Virgo, right? Okay. And so Venus is love, beauty. Venus in a woman is what you desire from love. How you want to be loved. Okay. Mars is what you desire in a partner. Okay. So here in the sign of Virgo, but this is the Capricorn decan, which is ruled by um Saturn. Okay. So this here is Saturn. So Venus has somewhat of a Saturn influence to it. So it's expressed like Venus is already in fall in the sign of Virgo because it's exalted in Pisces. Okay. And I talked about exaltation and fall and all of that in the Venus planetary series. So when you go on the playlist, there's a playlist that says planetary series or something, planetary video, something. But in the Venus video, I talk about Venus being in fall and how it acts and all of that. But so this here, Saturn is a planet of boundary and restriction, and so and it also is the great malefic. Okay, and so it is all about structure and organization and discipline, and so with Venus being in the Capricorn decan, it's more it makes this Venus more serious when it comes to love. It's not a Venus that wants to flirt around and talk to a lot of people and like it doesn't get serious quick and it really analyzes things, analyzes the situation, analyzes its love. It's all about service. Um, it's a very practical, the love, the way Venus and Virgo expresses is very practically. And then having that Saturn influence makes it even more practical. Okay. Um, and then here you have Mercury. Okay, this is Mercury. And it's in the second decan of Libra, and it has Uranus, which is the co-ruler of Aquarius, the modern ruler of Aquarius. But you have Mercury in Uranus, so it gives the Mercury a Uranus type of flair. Now, Uranus is shock and rebellion. It's also innovation. It's the higher octave of Mercury. Um, and so it gives Mercury the mind is a lot sharper, and it thinks on higher levels. Okay. Um, and then here is the moon. Okay. Moon is 9 degrees 55 seconds in the sign of Sagittarius, which means it would be here in the first decan with Mars and Uranus. Okay. Which is the Jupiter decan of Sagittarius. So it acts a lot like it strengthened the moon. It's like a Sagittarius moon. Now, had it been 10 degrees, 55 seconds, it would be here in the second decan, which is the Sagittarius Mars decan. So it has that Mars flare. Mars is impulsive. And Sagittarius can be impulsive as well. So this would make the moon be expressed, a really expressive, really impulsive um, expression with emotions, because the moon governs emotions. Now Neptune here is your dreams, your imagination, its illusion, and it is in the third decan of Sagittarius. So it's like it has that Sagittarius Leo flair to it. Okay. And so you can look at each one and you'll see this is Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and so Saturn is the first decan. Okay. So like I said, the first 10 degrees of the planet, well, from 0 to 10. Okay. First 10 degrees of the planet will be the purest expression of the sign, because it's the sign's ruler that rules those first 10 degrees. And then here, you have Capricorn, but it's a Venus here because Taurus is the next. And so it would be a Capricorn Venus. So it would have that Venus flare to it. So it wouldn't be Capricorn energy is a very astute, and it's a serious type of energy. And so having a planet in the second decan in Capricorn would kind of loosen it up a little bit. It wouldn't be as rigid. Okay. And then having a planet here in the third decan of Capricorn would make it be more analytical. Okay. And so that is the degrees. Okay, um that is a just quick little intro to degrees, okay, because you can't properly analyze the chart without understanding the degree, the placement and the degrees. Okay. You can't properly, interpret the chart without understanding the degrees, and how that works, the placement of the degrees, because it does have that flair of the planet that is ruling that degree that it is in. Okay. And so that is it. That's what I have for tonight for Astrology After Dark. And so, my intention was that you got great value from that. And so let me know in the comments if you got found value, and if you did, give it a like the video so that it can be shared out with more people, so that they can get access to this life-changing information. Okay. If you have not gotten your free copy of the ebook, you want to go to the link on the screen to get that. And if you would like to book a reading with me, I have quite a few options. You can do a 20-minute energy audit where I go over your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and your chart ruler, and then give you a few tips on how you can use those energies in the 3D. And then also, you can book a chart reading with me, a natal chart reading or a career reading. Um, and the link for all of that, you can go right there on my link tree. Okay. And so remember, possibilities are endless. If you can see it in your mind, then you can definitely hold it in your hand. And that should make you smile because you really do create your own reality. Have a good one. See you tomorrow on Astrology After That.